Crunchers and Smashers! Another Legends version of a Titan's Return toy is rising up from the swamp of Hobbylink Japan, and this time, he's a deluxe, with a surprise. This is LG22 Skull, as he was known in Japan, but the box is kind to we English, and adds Cruncher to the end on the romanized text. Also, there are flowcharts everywhere, because LG22 also includes a little partner named Batora. More about Batora later. At a glance, there's not much that seems very different on this guy compared to the Titan's Return version, and that's because I'm quite sure the green and magenta plastics are basically identical. What LG22 does is change all the tarnished off-white colors into far more bleached solid white colors in both paint and plastic. Also, the gray soft durometer bits are now done in translucent red. This means the cockpit lid looks much different, not to mention the additional magenta and the changing of the side window tachographs into simple insignias. On the head, the painted red eyes have sadly disappeared in lieu of totally ineffectual light piping, while the tongue looks way more like an actual tongue, and the teeth have all been picked out in silver. By the way, I believe I totally missed this when I reviewed Skull Smashers, so check it out! There are Titan Master foot pegs on his gator forearms! What a weird place to ride a robot crocodile! Grax looks more or less the same in robot mode, having swapped out the weird black optic paint for bolder red optic paint. In head mode, the face and helmet sculpt is entirely new, more square and less greebly, modeled after his appearance in the Headmasters anime series. My only issue here is that the lovely red visor's paint has bled onto the nose somewhat. Pardon me while I go and flip over a table and then stop caring about the thing I barely notice. In fact, I'll flip 2 tables, because the neck socket still is weird and easier to use backwards like on the Titan's Return version. Also, while the hip ball joints were a little tighter on the Takara Tomy Skull, the left thigh swivel was even looser out of the box than my Titan's Return version, so your mileage may continue to vary. Anyway, robot mode is where the blanched white parts really pop out compared to Titan's Return Skull Smasher, and thank goodness, because the only major paint difference is the addition of an insignia to his chest. The silver atop the chest plate is a touch brighter, and more unpainted magenta is visible on the undersides of his torso-bound croco bits. Oh, and his head is different, but that's about it. The original 7 Headmasters all come with drone partners in Transformers Legends, and Skull Crunchers is Batora, a tooth-cleaning magenta and purple chicken wyvern thingy. The magenta is the same as his masters, while the purple is brand new. Paint apps pick out the eyes and neck, and Skullgrax can totally ride on his back, if his own Crocogator Transtector is otherwise engaged. Yes, this is Crash Bash's partner done up in new colors. And that means you can also go T-Rex style, provided you have somebody to tie him with. Grax kinda sticks out like a sore thumb against the color palette, but since he mostly makes up the arms and lower jaw, that might work for you? Personally, I like the way Legends Cancer looks in here. Am I just reuniting Team Crash Bash in another continent? Maybe, but you just try and tell me that's wrong. You can also turn Batora into a gun, and you're very much encouraged by the instructions to do so with an empty Titan Masterless one, so that Skull Cruncher can have an extra weapon and run akimbo style. Many parts of this package are a mix of minor upgrades and outright side grades over Titan's Return Skull Smasher. Batora is a cute addition, and I personally prefer the bleached white and anime faceplate, but is it worth a retail price of friggin' 4,000 yen? Absolutely not! No piece of this package has enough extra paint to outwardly warrant the cost, doubly so when put up against the improvements found in almost any of the other original 7 Headmasters when they appeared in this Legends line. What's an ape face? As I was saying, this is something you pick up to complete a set of Takara Tomy Headmasters, ideally while on discount. Or hey, maybe you love Skull and want his anime head sculpt come hell or high water. Anyway, this has been internet personality Vangelus, and let me tell you, the paint jobs on Takara Tomy's Headmasters, it only goes up from here, mi amigo.